Hi everyone, it's Tammy, and today I want to show you how to make this really cute and really fairly easy spinner card. So watch this. Eee! Isn't that cute? The little bear spins all around, and Fawn made it really easy to do this one with their Beary Happy Holidays stamp set because it has a front and a back to the bear. It's really cool. I don't know if I have any other stamp sets like that. I haven't really looked. I found this one and I thought, ooh, I need to do something. And I have made spinner cards before, but I don't think I've ever done a front and a back. I've done like two fronts and just put them together, which is perfectly fine too. But this one was really neat because it had the back side of the little bear. Usually I would just do two of the same image, and then I have the die cuts, which made it even nicer because I can make sure that they were exactly the same because the die cuts are exactly the same. So that made it really nice for them to stack on top of each other to put together. If you don't have the die cuts, I would suggest that you put them together with the thread and then cut at the same time so that you know that they're exactly the same and they match up. But this one made it really easy to have. And I also did a little fold just because I thought it was cool to see the little guy spin around. And to get him to spin, all you have to do is spin the little bear before you close it. Give him a few good spins and then put him down. And then you'll put it in the envelope, and then when the person pulls it out of the envelope and opens it, it spins around. Isn't that the neatest thing? It's so cool. And I just used some thread that I have. I do have a sewing machine, and I had this leftover bobbin that didn't have enough on it really to put back in, but it still has nice thread on it, so I'm just using my white bobbin thread from that. Can you see it? Absolutely. It's not a secret, but if you want it to be a secret, you might put fishing line or something like that, or whatever makes you happy. So let's go ahead and make this card. I have gone ahead and I have a piece of cardstock that I made into an A2 size. So this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that was cut in half and then now folded in half. So it measures 5.5 by 8.5. And then when you fold it, it's 5.5 by 4.25. So this is what the size of the card is. And I'm going to do a Z fold, which is what this is called. So I could either pull this back. I mean, there's so many different ways to do it. And I think I'm just going to do that for you guys. I'm just going to pull this back. Halfway, and then use my bone folder to do it. You could measure, you could take like your T-ruler and measure so that you know exactly where halfway is, and then that's where you put your die to cut it out, but I'm just doing it this way just because to me it's probably easier. They're both, neither one of them are hard though. And then you are going to need a circle punch or a square or whatever you want the shape to be. I wanted the oval, and I think I used this size. Yes. I just size it up to the die that I'm going to have turn in here. So I looked at my different size dies, my oval dies, and then I matched it up to make sure that it would fit the bear when it was spinning around. I wanted to make sure it didn't touch any of the sides and that it would fit. So that's how I determined what size I needed to do. Now I am going to put this on here, and then I have to die cut it. So I am just going to eyeball it, which isn't the best idea, but that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put a little piece of washi down so I know that this is where I want to cut it. Let me just... The tricky part of doing it this way, there's two tricky parts. One is that I want to also put an outside cover on my card. You could just stamp it, have like background stamping, and then it wouldn't be so bad. Not bad, but so hard. But, and it's not hard this way. But I'm going to be doing the same thing for this, so I want to make sure that I get it in the same spot, and so I'll show you what I do for that. But first I'm going to run this through the die cutting machine. I'm just going to do it like this, so it'll cut both sides of this. cardstock. So I'm going to do that right now. So it created the oval in the card. Doop. And then I have this leftover piece that if you were to cut it this way, it wouldn't have this fold in it, and you could probably use it for something else. But because it has the fold in it, it's kind of difficult to use it for anything else. So there's one, I guess, con to doing it this way. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of cardstock here, and I'm going to put one on the other side. So I want this, I actually didn't measure my first one, but on this one I want it to be 4 by 5 1/4, because I want it to fit like a layer. Now let me show you the other issue, if I may, about doing it this way where you just kind of eyeball it, is that when I have this folded down, let me put this piece of paper behind it. I mean, it looks like an oval, but it may not be a perfect oval. Well, actually, this one's pretty good. It may not be a perfect oval just because when you folded it, you may not have gotten it exactly in the middle. I may have had my oval a little over this way or a little over this way and not perfectly in the middle. And then when you tried to put this down, it doesn't always match. So it's a little harder to, but honestly, this one, I think I got right in the middle. How about that? There's a little bit of movement right there, but it's pretty darn close, which is crazy. So then what I like to do is I like to put this sheet of paper, oh, over here, sorry. And actually it's going to go like this because this is going to be on the front. So I want to make sure that I have it where I want it on the front, and then move it over here. And then I'm going to take my pencil and just kind of mark where I want this. And then I also kind of do something kind of strange, I guess. I put this in here. I'm already screwing it up. I'm matching up the lines now. At least I thought I was. All right, let's try this again. Here's a solution. Take a piece of tape, put it on the back side. I'm going to pretend like I didn't put those lines in there yet. Let's put this back here and make him match. And then I'm just going to lift this up and put that on there. Actually, that's a better way than even the lines. So forget I even mentioned the pencil lines. No, there are several ways to do this. This is just one of the ways. This isn't even the way I did the first one, because the first one I kind of made, I didn't have it as perfectly in the middle, centered, I guess, as I did this one. So this one was a little better, but I'm going to go ahead and just cut this, run this through just like this. And I think this is all the die cutting that I'm going to have to do, but there is that. And then We have this in the middle, and I'm actually going to use this piece, and I'll show you how here in just a second. So let's put these away. You could even do a frame if you wanted to. I was going to do that with my first one, but like I said, I didn't have a perfect oval, so it was a little wampus, cattywampus. So I couldn't do that. But with this one I probably could, but that's okay. It's fine just like this. And then I have my other part here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this back side down. And I got this card stock out of a stack of papers that I'd gotten from, looks like Michael's, one of the Hot Buys. I can show you the paper stack in case they still have it, because it was perfect for like winter, icy, snowy scenes. It's really pretty. It's called Ice Crystals, and it has lots of cute paper. And you can get at least 2 cards out of one piece, maybe even 3, depending on if you how well you do at cutting. And this is going to go on this side. Oh yeah, it is going on this side. I don't know what I was thinking before, but it is going on this side. That's what I was. But I just want to make sure that I have it squared away, like I want it to be 1/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to fold it, but I think I'm going to first glue it down. But this will get folded in the middle too. Whoops. I'm trying to make sure I get all around the opening. And then let's put this down. That's the thing I like about glue mostly, is that you can kind of move it a little bit until you get it exactly where you want it. And now I'm going to fold this along the score line that's already there, and I'm going to burnish it. And sometimes when you lift it up, oh, this end has it, it like will kind of come up with it a little bit. I don't know why it does that. If that bugs you, you can take it off and try it again. I'm just going to put some more glue down there and make sure that I have it glued down, and then I'm not going to worry about it. It's cute. Okay, so now this piece is going to come into play because I'm going to put it down here like this. And you can kind of center it, make sure it's centered, whatever, but if you just do it halfway, it should work too. But I just want this to be underneath the bear when it's closed. Again, it's totally not necessary, but if you don't fold that top sheet first, then it gives you a little extra, at least the one-sided paper gives you a little extra that you can use. I didn't do that on this one, and I had some blue, so I just used that, but I kind of like the white better. And it lets you use some of your scraps that you would just normally throw away. So already it's cute. And then to do the bear, you just go ahead and color and stamp and color and die cut your image. And you're going to want to make sure that you have enough thread. Well, if I can find where it starts, to cover the card. And then I'm going to take my glue and just put it all over my little bear. And I'm going to take this thread and kind of try to find the middle, close to. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I just put it down, and then I line up the other side of the bear. And put it down, and then I pull the thread on each side just to make sure that it's taut. I don't remember what the word is. Taunt or taut? Make sure it's taunt, I think. Make sure that they're stuck together. And then I have a little bear hanging on a thread. And then I'm just going to use some regular old Scotch tape. I'm just going to take 2 small pieces, just like this. And I'm going to turn my card and place my bear in the middle of the opening. And just put a piece of Scotch tape right in the fold. You want the thread to go in the fold of the card. And I want this side to be pretty tight. Like, I want to make sure that I'm not, and like in this case I can see how he's kind of touching the edge, so I want to make sure he's not, so I'm going to move it over a little bit. And I want to center him, like I want him to be pretty centered in here. If he's not, I would give it a pretty good pull and pull it down the other way. Now let's make sure it works before I do anything else. So I'm just going to take it and spin it around. Oh, and it's not spinning freely. I'm getting caught. So hold on. I'm just readjusting. There, that spins a lot better. So now, just I moved him up just a little bit. So I'm going to try to pull him down. And I'm going to put another piece of tape because I could tell that it was moving a little bit when I was turning it. I'm going to take my burnisher, my bone folder, and go over this tape too, because you want it to be, I don't want this to move and loosen up. And I will cut the threads off at the top and the bottom as soon as I make sure that I have a working card. It seems to get caught on there still. Let's see how it does when I have it all spun up. Okay, let's see. I open it up and he doesn't spin. Oh, I love it when I'm trying to do a tutorial. Look what you can make. Yeah, great. Good job, Tammy. All right. Oh my goodness, what is the deal, Camille? He doesn't even want to spin. It's like the thread just doesn't even care if it's turned. I don't know what I did here. Okay, let me take another piece of tape. You just need 2 little pieces, I said. I promise the first card worked fine, and I have done this before and it has been fine. So this does work, it's just not working right now. So this is crafting in real life. So I'm just putting some more tape up closer to the oval. because I don't know why it's, I'm clearly spinning it, so why isn't it spinning? I don't get it. I mean, I'm twisting it, but it's like the thread just twists on its own. That is so bizarre. I wonder, do I need to cut it off first? That's the only thing I can think of. Is that hangover making something happen that shouldn't be? Okay, that's twisted pretty well. Let's see here. Now let's open it up. Nothing. I mean, it doesn't even really seem to want to turn. A little bit. Oh, okay. So his little paw is getting caught. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my scissors. And trim his little paw. Let's see if that worked. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I need to trim it just a little bit more. Good grief. I seriously thought, well, this is super easy when I did my first one. Because it was. And I meant my first one today. I really have done this before, but it's been a while. But when I saw the front and back, it reminded me of them, and I thought, ooh, I need to do that. That's kind of got a pokey hand. I don't like that. Okay, he's in the middle. He's not as taunt as I'd like now because I have messed with him. Taunt? I don't know what the word is. Okay, let's try this again. Open it up. Yay! Now he's getting a little cattywampus because he's not very taunt in here. I've loosened up the thread too much. So I'm probably going to have to go back there and tape it again, but at least it's kind of working. So you can see how much movement he has. That's not right. Oh, jeez. Now is the fun part. I'm just going to try to pull it this way. Oh, good. I'm getting it. All right, I got it up. I'm just going to put another piece of tape down. I'm holding it taut. Putting this down. I'm going to make sure it's down there. Alright. Spin this puppy around. I'm spinning them a lot. Okay, now let's open it and see how it works. Yay! So this one worked. Oh, thank goodness. So he was just getting caught on the thing, and I don't know why cutting the thread made it work better, but whatever. We'll just go with it. That's one thing about crafting. You never make a mistake. You can always fix it somehow. So then what I liked is I put some stamps behind here, and I just left them on the page, but I have 2 snowflakes and then a goldfish and then like a present that's a fish and then another snowflake. So I thought that was really cute. And I'm just going to put that down right here. And I used black ink for my first one. I kind of think I'm going to use blue, and then I'm going to do the Happy Holidays in blue. I think no, on second thought, I'm going to do this part in black. Just because I'm going to go over it in my glitter inks, and I just don't... Oh, well, good grief. I tell you guys not to stamp before you... glue, or not to glue down until you stamp, but then I did. Whew. Luckily, it's not bad. Because even though sometimes you clean these things, the way that I clean it, I use my clean and matte thing, and if there's ink already on it, then sometimes it's still, it cleans it, but it gets it a little bit dirty at the same time with the other ink color. So I need to be careful of that. I need to wash my mat, is what that's telling me. And then I'm going to use the Happy Holidays stamp. And I'm going to put Happy Holidays on the side, and I want this to kind of bend with my oval. So I'm just going to put it on my block, and then I'm going to pick it up and just bend my stamp just a little bit. That's one of the things that's neat about the photopolymer. And then you can kind of see it on the other side. Well, not kind of, you can see it on the other side. And then you can kind of line it up to make sure that it's where you'd want it. So this one I'm stamping in the blue. I'm just going to put Happy. And then I'll do Holidays over here. So I'm just going to fold it down, or not fold it, but angle it down. All right, that looks like it'll be all right. And if I were doing multiple of these, I would leave them on the blocks so I wouldn't have to do that every time. But look how cute that is. Happy Holidays. And then I just took some of my glitter markers because I like to use those. And I did color my little bear. I just put some pink on his cheeks, and I colored his scarf red, and I colored his ice skates black glittery. And these little snowflakes, I'm going to do one in each of the different blue colors that I have, just because. I think they're cute. And then my goldfish, I'm going to color his little scarf to match, or not his scarf, his bow to match the bear's scarf. Could be a scarf. So color that in, and then I'm taking my orange glitter, Nouveau glitter marker, and I'm just coloring in the little fish. And that, my friends, is easy. I mean, it really is easy. I hope you try it, because it's not as hard as this one seemed to be. But I'm just going to turn this around some more. I don't know why this thread keeps getting loose. I might need to glue it before I tape it. Let's see if it still works, because it is loose again. See, I think that's the problem. Did I cut it? Yeah. think the problem is that it keeps getting loose. Maybe I need to do the same thing to the top part. I don't know if you guys want to see me do this or not, but I have to do it, so I'm going to take you guys along for the ride. But the video is pretty much over. If you guys want to stop watching, I totally understand. If this doesn't work, I'm going to glue it, because we know it works. We know that the mechanism works. We've seen it in action. And maybe I'm getting it caught again. So which way do I need to move it? I'll put a little drop of glue on here too. I'll hold it for just a second. I'm going to cover that up with tape, which is probably silly, but oh well. Okay, I'm going to twist this guy up. And open the card, pull it out, and nothing happens. Wah, wah, wah. Good grief. This is the craziest card. Oh, this fell out. Oh, guys, this really does work. I am sorry that it's acting like a crazy. This is kind of funny. You saw it work, though. I know that it works. How could it not work? It's just something hanging by a thread, literally. All right. I'm going to try this again. And this time I'm going to put a little bit of glue along the fold there and there. I'm going to take my bear, put him in the middle. Just making sure that I have them taut, and I'm going to put some glue on it. I'll let that dry. Hopefully it won't take too long. Then I'm going to put some tape on there too. my coffee. It's room temperature coffee now, which is fine. I don't mind that, but okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the tape down, I think. If I weren't filming this, I would wait until it totally dried, I think, but I want to get this going. So let's see how this works. All right. Fold that. Twist our little bear. And let's say we open him up. Well, he kind of twisted. I don't know. I don't know, guys. This is just going to have to be what this one is because I'm not going to fool with it anymore. It's crazy. Maybe it's the thread I'm using. Maybe I'm using, because it looked like it had 2 layers. Maybe I need to like switch it out and just use one thing of thread. Oh my goodness, I have no idea. But it's going to kill me. And I'm just going to leave it because it's still a cute card. Even if it doesn't spin, it's a really cute card. So there you go. A semi-spinning. This guy works. I did the exact same thing to this guy. So let's see. Open him up. Oh my gosh, now he's not working. Oh, there he goes. See? I don't get it. Crazy. Maybe I... And it looks like he keeps like moving over. Because when I start him out, he's like in the middle of this thing, and then now he's over here a little bit. I don't know. I just don't know. Great story, Tammy. Maybe I should title this Possible Spinner Card. Spinner-ish card. But there we go. That's it. I really do hope that you guys try this. It's not as hard as I'm making it seem. I am sorry. That's just how it works sometimes. You know, you do things, especially when you're trying to show somebody. Lots of times that's when you make mistakes. And I don't know what I possibly did wrong, but I think it's the user. I think I did something wrong to make it not work. But maybe it's too close to the side. Maybe it's the thread. I don't really know. But I do hope that you guys try it, and I think that you will like it because it really is pretty easy. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.